getting to business. Let me share entire screen. Sunny. Right. So guys, welcome to today. So those who were saying you were not seeing what we were doing, would you maybe do a bit of a recap in 10 minutes? So we have just started at exactly 6. So yesterday we did an introduction where we introduced Excel, sorry, SQL, and we covered the introduction uh, where we said what is SQL, the use cases. That's fine. So if you were able to follow through this slide, let's say end.
You can also share the same on WhatsApp. Thanks.
I shared. Yes, I shared. All right. So then we have a slide that I also shared yesterday, where there is learning material which we are using to follow through to learn updated SQL training, right? So yesterday we said the SQL is one of the most important tools which you must have in your toolbox if you are working with data, because it's an interface between every other platforms and databases, and also it helps us to work with large sums of data, and especially when you want to do your data aggregation, you have million rows. Maybe you can do your data cleaning. On our ETL process, we use it for extraction, then transformation, and the loading process as well. So it's very key. So um, we said our process here starts with the database creation, where we say we can create database by this command, create database in the database name. When we do that, it will be created. Then when you want to drop, I can drop. Uh, Let me execute because it is in use. So maybe I need to restart my, but you can drop, then create. Okay. So on that one, we said if I am to run all these codes, usually by default it will be master here. If you go on this side where there are a list of databases, so we said there are two options. Whether if you have already created your database, like in this case, I can come and select this one. So which means every code that I'm now doing is being stored in that database. Or I can run this command for my code to say use what? That database. So every code will be stored in this. If I don't do that, it will be stored in the database that will be selected here. Right? Okay. So we also talked about constraints, where we said constraints they help us to enforce integrity on our data, right? And we created a table customer where we said we have a key which is identity incrementing, and in the primary key we have customer number, which is a unique check rather than zero, last name, first name. I don't know if you were following at this stage. You were not seeing, but were you able to do this on your own? You were not. Okay, that's not an issue. I think there's an exercise where we'll redo, but we'll be doing it fast. So after the table creation, we go to inserting values, where we use the insert into customer values. Then for each record, you should use opening brackets, then a comma to separate the columns. Then after each record, you put a comma after the bracket. Then you put another one. Then you commit, right? So if I'm to select all from customers, these are the records that are there, right? Uh, and we said we must use this or command sparingly because it's resource intensive. Imagine you have 50 columns and you are selecting everything with even blank columns that you don't want. So you must always select only the columns that you want. So we can select by selecting the column name, right? Right. And we also said, suppose at the creation of this database, like here, I forgot to include the phone number column and I would want to edit, I can use the alter table customer, add phone number voucher 20. Voucher is the data type and 20 is the length, and we are not enforcing it not to be now, which means it accepts what now value. So you see, so completed successfully. Let me run. I now have my column for phone number, but for the record that were already there, they will be now, right? So suppose for these records, I would want now to update the customer records to add the phone number. I'll say update customer set phone number equals to this, where customer ID equals to or in. So you can use the equal sign. Equal sign only accepts one value. But suppose you want to add for customer ID 1 and 2, we use the in command. So for the operators, we have the those ones which we did in math, greater than, equal to, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. But here we have other one, the in command, the having. So we demonstrated the in. But here let's use the equal sign. So equal to 2. So we said when you are working with update and delete, make sure you put the field, because if you don't do, it will update everything and you end up messing your data, right? So for this one, let's update one row affected. Let's select. You see that the phone number is now been updated. Okay. So here, so maybe for this part only, we said that's where we select only the columns that we want. I'm selecting customer ID, last name, first name, and country. Maybe that's what I only want to use. Because if I select everything, I'm straining my database. It will be using more computer resources, the RAM, the memory, the processor, etc. Right? And we said the where command is a field. Maybe suppose I want to select where customer ID equals to only 2. I want to Mafunga. Which one did I delete? I want to insert this. Okay, I have to change the ID here to something else because we deleted it, so it won't accept. The supplied values does not match the table definition. What's happening?
Okay, I'm going to comment out. Whatever.
Yeah, inabaza. All right, let me do this. What's going to happen here? I'm deleting everything. Yes, so I want to. Okay, let me do something. Drop table if exists customer. Right. Let me start the creation process. Right. Right. Select all. Right. I now have my records. So let's alter and add the phone number like what we did. Let's select. It's now there. Let's add the phone number. Execute. Let's select. The phone number is now there for what? For ID2. But right. So the filter we said that's what I wanted to demonstrate. Where ID is less than 2, let's select. So it will select to everything where ID is what? Is less than 2. It's not only that we can use only the ID, we can use anything. We can say where country equals to. We can say where country in or equals to what? In, it means maybe I would want to take more than one values. Maybe I would want to take where country equals to Zimbabwe. Right? Let's see. I only have this record. So your work condition is important when you want to field, right? Uh, Suppose you want now what to drop, that maybe I would say I don't want this column anymore. I would drop. When I select, it's no longer there. So for dropping, we use the alter command, which we used alter table. We What's changing is just here, where we are saying drop. We said add, now we are dropping. So we said for delete and update, we must be careful. When I said delete, where is it? This one. I said delete from custom. I didn't put a field, so it deleted everything, right? So now I want to delete. Maybe I want to delete where custom ID equals to 3. If you don't put, it will delete everything. So let's see. Uh, Select. I no longer have that record. So that's what we did yesterday. Is there anything we did? I think that's it, right? So today we want to continue. So maybe for sake of progress, we can open our phones and open that document. Some of Yes. So today, for we want to create another tables, but we'll do it faster. We'll be copying and pasting mostly because what we want to demonstrate is not mostly database creation.
Do you have that data that document on this laptop? This one.
No, I don't. I don't have. Maybe when. Okay. Okay. So let's go. So if you check on that table, uh, okay. So what we want to do here is this is what we're doing. So this is what we're doing. So today we want to create these tables. We want to create sales order. We want to create inventory. I think for those who are in retail, you are going to benefit a lot because this is retail data. We want to create employee. We want to create sales. Right. So so are we together? So maybe you can split your screen. You can did you get it? Or just go on WhatsApp so that I can put my WhatsApp or download that from my WhatsApp. So 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 you are going to benefit because we are redoing, but for other tables. So for that table, we want to create a database called sales order, right? Mm, let me try to split our screen to farm. I hope it will still be visible. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Right? Page number. So we are here. So repetition, create database what? So this was lesson 1. Let's start afresh. Lesson 2. Right, sir. No, now we are here. So if you are fast, you can type create. Let's be fast. Create database what? Sales what? Create database sales order, right? It's not case sensitive. So, but for the database names, I think do as it is done there. Though it's not case sensitive, but just do as. Whether you want to put space, if you want to put space, sales order there are 2 words. So if you want to put space, you need to put curly brackets to cover the words. Maybe you can put underscore, or you can. For me, I like capitalizing and joining the words. That's what I like. So let's create the table. So if I come here on my database and refresh and go to tables, sorry, if you go to databases and they refresh, you will see the database here. It will be sales order to be created. When you type, you say yeah. So we said if you want to run one line, you select it. If you want to run everything on your sheet, you just select anywhere and click execute. Right? Are you there? So after you execute, you come here and refresh. You must now see your database created. Sales order. Follow as per the document. Sales order. Are you now there? It's now created, right? So if you can expand and come to the tables, you see that there's no manual table. Pango graphs, systems, files, external tables, right? So we now want to go to step number 2 there, where we are saying now what? Use what? Use database what? We now want to use what? Sorry, you say use sales order, not database. Use sales order. We select and execute, right? Then the next step is are we now there? Okay.
Chapati use sales order.
Mm-hmm. Got creating. Let's create all those databases. Customer, inventory, employee, sales.
To create a create table. Find a create table.
Yes, tutafuna create tables. If you want to copy, you can. Or if you want to type, but let's copy because if we type, time won't be on our side. But you understand what's there. Creator one. Creator customer, we end up invent. But what you must check there is for every table there is what? What I'm more interested in is the cell, which I want to explain. Okay. Right. So I'm copying my code. I'm creating my table customer. I'm pasting. Right. Uh, create table what? DBO. DBO is the scheme. Don't worry much about it. So let me write. Let me run. Successfully created. Create table DBO inventory. Inventory ID. Do you see what it's tiny int? Tiny int. I think the difference between tiny int and int is the size, allocation size of the bytes of memory use. Yeah. So if you want to comment, comments are necessary. We are creating tables, I mean. No, we are, yeah. It passes. Page 2. Mm. No. If you are typing, you have to type. If you are copying, you have to copy. Yeah, to the semicolon. Yeah. But I hope you understood. So I think copying would be good for us. So comments are necessary. What am I doing here? I'm creating customer table. I put a comment. So we said you put double quotes, but for me I then put a lot so that it will be indented. So I'm commenting. This is a comment. So a comment is not it's not read by the compile. So it's for comment. You did Java, right? How did you comment in Java? You put a hash. So for comment is for documentation. Like I'm narrating what am I doing here? I'm creating a customer table. So this is not a code, but it's just an explanation. Yeah. It's not compiled by the compile. Yeah. Then we come here. What am I doing? I'm creating inventory table. Maybe suppose someone is going to take over. Maybe you left your job. Is going to reuse. I don't know. So at this stage, you was creating a ah chinyatari mwero. Yeah. So I'm creating inventory table. Second, I'm what do I want to do? What's the next table? Employee, right? So what's the primary key for table customer? Customer ID, right? Then for employee, okay. So let's create table employee. So I'm commenting creating table what? Kana iwo wakuzouya rimwe day wakanganwa, you will see kuti waitei. Maybe you can add right successful. So if you come and refresh here on the sales table and come to tables, you see that your tables have been what? Have been created. I think I didn't execute for inventory. Right. So your tables here are now what? Have been created. Right? So let's go to sales. What's the primary key? That's where I want to explain. For that one, I can allow you to type because I want to explain something. Creating sales table. Right. For that one, I would want you to type. Type. I'll give you 3 minutes. Order is not necessary. What was it? What's that? No, create a table for it. But I'm coming to explain the sales step. That's it. Right here, Ramdar. Right here. Okay. Right. So, we explained about relationships, primary keys, effect table stores details about our business rules, right? Then sales, then effect table stores data about transactions. So you see that dimension tables they rarely change. For example, uh, our customer may not necessarily change every day. Our customer records. Um, right. So you see what's happening there. Maybe anyone to explain that table. What you understand is happening. in relation to primary keys and foreign keys and relationships. Go to the group and download.
Something is wrong.
What's happening?
I've sent it to yourself.
Right. So we're explaining facts and dimensions. Dimensions, they just show data about meter data about the data. Meter data, we are saying is data about that. Data about data, we are saying if this is a name, it's a fact, right? And usually dimension tables they don't change. Usually we'll be referencing to those, right? For example, inventory. Details about inventory they don't change much. Maybe what changes is the quantity, but the details themselves don't change. But facts, for example, sales they change every day, and every minute we may have a sale. So the rate of change of the types of the two types of the tables change. Facts they change frequently. That's because we will be recording the actual transactions. But for the dimensions, we are recording meter data, data about the data. Right. So the rate of change is very slow. Maybe if you can, a company does not develop new products every day to put in the inventory. It doesn't. So you see that our inventory count of products may even be stable for 3 months. And you see that our employees, we may have 3 months without anyone leaving, or even 6 months. So that's the example of, but for sales, they change every time. So that's the difference between facts and dimensions, right? So usually, how do we see uh, how do we see fake tables? Fake tables usually they have foreign keys. So how do we create a foreign key in a table? So if you can check for the sales table, we have a column sales, which is tiny int, not now, and primary key, right? Then customer ID is not now. Reference is customer ID. So that's how we declare a foreign key. So in that table, customer ID is foreign key. It's referencing to the table what? Customer via customer ID. So that's how we declare foreign keys.
Okay, so we identify the customer by customer ID.
Yes, in the sales table. Yeah, we discussed about normalization where we said we from go from first normal form, second, third, and up to boys code normal form, right? Where we said we want to reduce redundancy. Hence, the reason why we normalize tables. So in this case, we are now referring to the customer table via the customer ID. So we put the customer ID int, not now. Reference is what? Customer ID. So this part we are creating the foreign key. This one we are creating the foreign key, right? The sale of our product is coming from our inventory, which means when every time we make a sale, we should reduce our inventory by the number of units in which we have sold, and we are able to do that via a foreign key, which is what inventory ID. So inventory ID is tiny int, not now. It references what? Inventory via inventory ID. We go to employees as well to say who sold this item or who sold this order, right? Employee ID, tiny int, not now. Reference is what? And all the other tables, all the other columns are original to that table. So sales date, not now. So for date, we don't put the length.
Okay.
Sales quantity, it's int. Sales unit price, it's small man. So here we have a data type called man
Okay.
in SQL. So I just thought that I should explain that. So that's how we declare foreign keys, right? Let's go to
So na primary key ali auto generated.
no. We are not auto generating. Maybe we are importing from somewhere. Maybe the data is in Excel, or we are importing manually. In this case, we are not auto generating. In that previous time, we were auto generating.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So let's go to the second one where it's saying check what's inside the table.
Mm-hmm.
So let's write that and see what we are getting. So that command, it helps us to see what the tables that we have, their schema, their table type, etc. Right?
So information.
And information. Right. And something that I need to explain is if you go to diagrams and say new database diagram, okay, go to diagrams and say new database diagram. I'm getting an error here. What are you getting?
Where
Um, the parent database
additional
diagrams.
information. Talking about it.
Where are you? Panasare.
I'm trying to understand where what's inside information schema table. Alright, okay, it's the schema, it shows us the
Yes.
schema.
Select
But
all from information. So those
uh,
tables which you see shaded green, they are system tables. So they are generated to store the information when you are creating tables. So in the background, they are being generated. We don't create those ones.
okay,
So information schema dot tables is a system table. So if you are seeing system tables there, do marengeri mo. Yeah. So and you can't view it. You have to view it by code. Yeah. Irudishe? Could not obtain information.
where are we now? So, probably after information scale.
I wanted to show you database diagram, but where, especially for you auditors, when you are auditing the databases, maybe you would want to see maybe there was fraud, or you want to check if someone tampered with the database diagram. Because some people would want to cut off the relationship so that when you run your commands, the database will be disconnected. So you can reverse engineer your database using the database diagram to see how are the databases connected. So I would like to know if anyone's machine is working.
Where do you go? Enough with the problem here.
Mm.
If I go to database diagrams,
Right click,
mhm,
new database diagram.
mhm. This is the element that I'm getting.
Yeah, yes. Select the edge.
Eight.
For yours is working. Edge.
Let's
Eight,
select
second, eight, eight,
employee.
eight. Yeah, we are getting it.
See, so
Edit.
close.
Close. So you see the hierarchy that you are drawing. That's the hierarchy. Say okay.
Yes. Also, this is the relationship Emma tables here. So you can now pick this is a foreign key.
Maybe it's 2014. Yeah. Eight all those tables. You see? So when you are
This is the
opening
foreign
tables,
key. This is the primary key in this, which is also the foreign. Okay. This should be the foreign key.
so yeah, like double up. So which means programming zetu zaita zashanda. Sama tables zetu are related.
This one. Yeah. It's a person for him.
Yako yaramba.
Mine is correct. I was it.
So
So this one that is highlighted in yellow it's a primary key.
So
So you can see
mangesa
this is the primary key in this employee and this is the foreign key.
You are seeing in your spirit. Yes. You, this is T50. Your error, the error that you are getting is the same that I'm getting. So I don't know what's happening with our two computers.
Yarapa kubuliza diagrams.
Yaramba. All right, but you can also come here, right?
Where?
Expand your cells.
Where?
On your table, right? If you come to table custom
Table custom order.
and come to keys
Table custom.
and come to keys up. So a primary key will be shown by PK,
Yeah, PK.
right? That's our primary key. So and we don't have any foreign keys there, and it's true.
Table custom.
We go to employees, go to keys. What's our primary key?
So SQL it's intelligent enough to recognize relationship between tables.
We were explicit, especially when we created the sales table. We created the relationship. We created when we were saying customer ID is not now reference is customer ID, which means we are importing the customer ID as foreign key from the customer table. Yeah.
And that's follow on the script.
Yeah.
So
So that's how. So customer ID, inventory, and employee ID. These are foreign keys. Yes. So that's we declare. So we say we declare it as it is, and this part will declare that it's a reference is customer ID. Here is there's an opening bracket. Okay, so we go to inventory keys.
Wait, employee.
Mm.
Employee, PK employee. So we are saying employee is the primary.
Mm. Then go to sales keys. What are you seeing there? Sales.
We've got primary key, foreign key, foreign key, foreign key.
Yeah. So they have their IDs and it's unique.
Okay.
So that's it. Right? Huh? I mean,
Huh?
yes. Just like that.
That one is a primary key.
Yeah, that's sales check. Sales check.
And those
Comes to sales. Cement. The one for that there with the don't graph. Foreign sales. Customer ID is foreign. Employee ID and women ID. They are foreign. Right? Tagu taboga. Shame. Are you there? Joining. Yakaza will create a diagram because they are 2040. All right. Oh, so we are now here. It's a izvi zvokungoziva we. All right. Saka toda kufamba. So now pane ane mubvunzo here.
What if primary key, maybe for example, maybe it's an ID. Try my ID that tanking with a letter, whatever numbers.
Atange nechi?
Near letter followed by numbers. But that automatically.
I think there should be a way of doing it. They should. All right.
Because the IDs are done.
So we are now there, right? So what we are going to do is, did we all manage to restore Adventure Works database? I know you haven't. Is it Nara?
Confirm it is which one?
Yeah, it's there. Adventure Works. You were, you did, right? Why it are right? Uh,
This one is better my side. Because I'm not my side. I just
okay. Wait, I may want to. I may want to.
I'm not this one. It's supposed to be SQL.
I'm looking for Adventure Works. So what I wanted is, I'm failing to see where did I. Alright, let me see. All right. So what you now want to do is you want now to query our database. I can edit both are two. right? Mm,
Which database do you want to query?
right. Um, we can use the AdventureWorks 2022
Right.
team.
So we are done with this creating of tables.
Yeah, we are done. Right. Do you have this one? Runs the DW. All of you, do you have it? Did you restore?
I did.
Touch more. Did you restore the DW one? You did. I think you have it as well.
Reversion.
Uh, okay. Want. So let's use the DW one.
I can see. Where is it?
It's there.
Adventure Works. Coordination database. DW, I can see. Somewhere is that one. Where?
That's 2019. That's AdventureWorks. Yes. So let's use that one. Right. So you see what I was explaining, right? Could say the dimension table and fact table. So okay, this one is working for database diagrams. Uh, Let me try good demonstrator. Uh,
Can you execute as the database is?
Look at my dimension tables is so yeah, they are said it's dim. So let me, yeah, the database diagram here. It's not that clear. It seems all these tables are disconnected from each other, except this. Hey, because of the resolution that I'm using, but I'm able to what? To see the relationship between what? Between the table. The data warehouse. It's either 2019 or 2022, but AdventureWorks DW one arrow. You have it. Shameni, do you have it? Hauna tsvaka vogara. Ngoya padhuze batsirana ipapo. No one should be left behind. Yeah, zvichanakids. Yes, because this is it's a depiction of big data. In the you see with Patai Restore, it's a large table, it's a large database. So that's it. So the database diagram programming that's right. Now we want to do querying. For me, I'll show you some of the tricks before we go further. If I want to create a new database without using the codes, I'll just say new database, simple one, and say okay, and my database will be created. But saka kuti achida kuti kungoziva code. Yeah. Then inside the table, clicking here, I'll say tasks, import. For those vari kushanda nedata, you may need to get that. Right. So I'll say next. Where is my data source? We teach you the hard way first. Maybe I need Excel. I'll browse my computer, but inoona kundirambira zvayo because inosimboramba. let's say downloads. Maybe I need this one, delinquents dataset, Ratoya, right? I click next. Unfortunately, let me check if I have CSV. Excel computer yangu inoramba kuimpota all right, rakanzishiri. Is there anyone on a CSV file?
CSV. Comma separated.
Yes. Okay. Well, what I can do is let me right. You can try to follow through what I was doing, or even Excel. I think that one will accept. You know, and so what was happening.
You're too fast, right? You're too and four.
I was too fast. Right. You want to create a new database. Go to databases. Right click.
New database.
Then you put a name. Then click OK.
New database symbol. Click OK. Okay. Add. Okay. And then to button
Okay.
It's not better, okay. It's
Add. Later, okay.
Okay. Oh, I was fast. All right, I'm here. The creator. Rabuda. Kwa refresh. Ukaenda hapo right click refresh. Ufana kuoneka pana. Right? So, the creator database rangu. This is the faster way of doing it, man. Pana kunyora code. But code ifana wasikama. Because ukange wazoziva izvizvi. Takacreate database rangu pa tasks. I'll say pane import.
Right click.
Yes, right. Right click. Import. Can I read flat file? I will say flat file.
What is the difference between a flat file and
Flat file and .txt in CSV? Import data, you know, but
flat file?
you can say import data.
Import data.
It depends on the data around now. Can I read flat file or Excel I want to give up?
But next. Next, and this
right?
Okay.
Sorry? It's grayed out.
I'm getting an error message. This connection string property has not been initialized. Data source.
Yes. Alright. Tarsa indicate. Tisa item conflict.
Okay.
Right. Ma create a database. You are successful. Now I want to import that. So I import that data and I'll create a table. Instead of using the script.
Oh, so I import that data, we are creating a table.
Yes, you have to create automatically based on the schema of that table.
Nice.
Right. So I will say here ndio hapa my task dot import data. Okay. Or if you want to back up the table, panama options are paper. Import data very grayed out.
Flat file source.
Excel.
So I don't flat file on Excel.
It depends on the data around in flat file.
CS. Now in CS.
I, CSV ukati even ukati pane option yakanzi
Apa ndokupinda richiya baba. Ndinotora data rakanzi chii?
iwo data rako raunaro ichi
Handisuzi asanda semedia manje. Ndinotora rakaita chii?
tiri kuti import data kana
yandichiinda pabrowser ndakutsvaga ndakubrowser
unongobrowser raunaro kumadownload anyway but unofana panapa right wakati import data panapa pane maoptions akawanda. Inini rangu harisi excel, rangu iflat file, saka ndiri kuti flat file.
saka chero ndine csv ndingati flat file.
No, flat file is txt necsv.
necsv.
Yes. Yeah, so you are right. For the other ones, Excel, my Excel versions is XLS, XLS. Choose Excel. You need to do flat file, don't want browse. Randru kuda ir. Panap. Do that CSV, run the delinquent prediction here. Don't want open. Randipa this, randipa ma columns. So ndo data set rangu rakutondipa preview. Rukuti rakaita sei? Rakadai rondipa advanced. Saka pa advanced panapa. Kompyuta yako hiyo ni maera acho akafanana haisi kuvhuma kuimpota excel masvika
Ikasvika pamanje pa-CSV
maona rekaita
ndapita ma-reconciliations kwenyu
kuramba maselector.net ka right tedek maenda mberi
destination yako.
destination yakumbira baya tu
saka ndombomira pa what's excel ndine csv.
right what you can do is in the
Excel. Ndenda browser
right masvika la mapoinda kune data kuita CSV semu Yeah, 20 sheep. Yeah, imagine. Tapa. Esse você acha que é para preview?
Não vi, não vi. Não vi, não vi.
Saka source logs a SQL save a native client level.
Esse, a source. Era dizer que sei lá. Source. Data source. Destination.
Yeah. Saka apata kuchidefine doctoral na munhu. Right, next.
That's not. But next, that's good.
Data source, yebo. Next. Destination choose enda utsvage SQL iko pese.
No preview here.
Yes. Yo. So that is successful. Yes.
So I'm going to
So I have to create a table back.
use Windows. I'm going to set one up.
Next time. Next.
That's what I'm doing.
And then next. No, next. The next.
Next.
Mapage nesiku ari mumarufu ndaitapo wakuchuza table yakuda kutora kana uchida ese unotora ese saka so just choose one for demonstration like no mukasa kunema nemurashi tiende zvawo sasa madollar sign will be nice right let's say next the next finish setting data success session hivi amngada right let's go to yet successor table name muri mari data
Table name my last
sama
ini rani ini di save ini aja sih ya
kan atau di ini are now don't worry about what the goal is to demonstrate the process why bad right and sana tadi
Ana sino cakap biasanya cek. Sama tu mana tu semua. Mungkin sedih lah. Doktor. Doktor plus. Doktor.
kawan cara apa Excel
Kita belajar nanti. Iya.
Untuk pada zuwa vegan.
ayo oke
Ini
Orang fresh kalau belum minum cek.
no.
itu kita tahu dia mau
Yang sih ini sih. Just party.
Yang mau cek terus. Orang Hoy lugar si jibiwa ya kaza. Nge tabu chabule je.
Cheese ni cheese. Chamo, chamo. Vamos atingir esse nível. Sim. Ah, olha isso. Olha.
Food is Magadi.
Zimbabwe.
Good.
Mugula.
2 minutes. Yes.
Isso é título.
Right. Java. Good. So, next. Analogy is a data source. Data source really deploys on skill set. Skill set. Because really, so the database really works to show up figures. Next. So this is the first way of doing it. Right. If you are here, you can't edit many things. You can come and change your data types.
And what? Age meetings.
Matangit.
And then what is the
It's okay. So, yeah, just to demonstrate that. So, when you are here, you can change your data types. Okay. How to change? How to change the length, etc. But it's to go back around. Next. Next. And yours? So, yeah, it's error message. Message. The process cannot access file because it is being used by another process. So, RFO. Right. Up, the rubber net. System will travel and you're going to create a database, but how can you set around? So, you can say delete rows in destination table when you set in succeeded. Right? Succeeded. If you now come and go to refresh, table guide, you should now see your table. Yeah. So in another with select here. Right, let's go to our table and create a better right click table here and it and you want to select top 1000 rows. Yeah, maybe below the shortcut well. So now you select statement draft. Right? You select that one. Suddenly, I don't select statement. So I'm going to demonstrate that. Right? Are you getting it? Young lady. Don't be left
Now
behind.
we select top 2000 or something.
Ukatokilika inofana kubuitsira select statement. Yaburitsa yatoselekta data. Ndizvo. Fine. Saka this is the shortcut. It's creating the table, it's inserting the data at the same time. Very simple. But you need to play around with it. There are a lot of things that you need to adjust the data types. Let me do it here. Right? Chitarisa ya. Apa ndaimporta flat file. So my interface anosiyana. Flat file neExcel zvakatosiyana. Interface yayo. This is a flat file. So ndine preview yangu. Panapa. Ndokwanisa kutochinja column type etc. My types are suggested automatically by the system, but I need to take it as it is. I'll click next. I'll choose my source here. You see kuti vari kuita 2019 inenge iri 11.0 but vari kuita 2021 and above. It's just this. So you need to know, right? I need to create, maybe the database that I want to put it is what? Is sample one, right? Because ndopa ndanga click pipe, but I can choose. Ndakutora time. All right. Uona ndo database esaromuka. Maybe I need to put it All right. Right. Panapa. I can even change my table name. I don't want the margin, my underscore, and then ruda richie. Can I do a totally different name, right? I can edit. I can do a preview. So data rangu ndeiri. You don't want to okay, customer ID, age, income, credit score, whatever. All right, this is my data. Okay, I can edit mappings. So by way data mappings up, I can change data type, I can change the size, I can change precision, I can change scale. So that chita in code. Do it. Source destination. Saka you can even change it. Okay, and iri customer ID ne underscore ukundura kuti ite customer ID yakadai. You can
you're only changing. Can you also change the data type there?
Yes, I can. Maybe I don't need, for example, age is a factor. Maybe I need to say maybe it's what? It's a number. It's big int.
So it will only change that cell. It doesn't change everything, that column.
No, it means everything is being changed. These are column.
These are column.
Remember, when we were creating a table, we were not defining the data. We were not defining the type by the table contents. We were defining by the column.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's the column.
Yes. So which means everything that's going to be put in there is going to take what? Yeah. So you can change, but for me, I don't want to change it. What was it? Vaka. Okay. So I can even change the length as well to say maybe I need 5,000. I can change the precision to say I need to 2 decimal places, etc. But I will take it as it is. I will click next. I'll click next. I'll click finish. I have an error message. It's being used by another process. This is the data set. Let me close. So can I close up and I close sure because I need to edit mappings here. Wasn't it created? No. Let me come back and refresh. When I go next and edit mappings, it seems it was not created. So let's go. Finish. Completed. 500 rows inserted. So I'll come here, refresh. Tables. Frequency prediction. I know. So instead of writing the codes to create, then writing codes to insert, I'll just import. Yeah. So that's it. I can even check the design. What is the design of this database?
So this is a table name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you also want to create another table, you do the same.
You do the same. Endless tables, countless.
So it is the same.
Yes.
And on database diagrams.
For this one, mostly
with the relationships they detected there.
you need to order. They won't be detected, but you need to use the order, what? Those order statements to create the relationships.
To create a relationship, so you have to create a column that is the prime and key.
Right, so this process usually for data analyst, we don't usually worry about the keys in most cases. You see that this process works mostly for us because
Yes,
data techingoda kuimporta and tikuziva kuti data redu it's maybe you have your documentation ukutoziva kuti key iri related nei unozongonoshandisa majoins kujoina. So tatodai select top 1000. So I will introduce what this means. So top is we are filtering as well. We just need the top 1000. We can say we need top 10. I have what? My top 10. So that's it. So I just thought I need to tell you this. Otherwise, you can.
This one is a cheat code.
It's a cheat code,
Yeah.
right? So let's go to our DW. We need to do the real thing. This was not part of the plan, but I just thought you should. Right? So let's go to the tables.
For
Table customer.
DW 2019.
Yeah. DW either which year would. Let's go to the DW.
Tables.
So per table customer ipapo. Let's say new query kamsora.
Table.
Let's create new query. But make sure kuti panapa it's pointing to DW, or you can say use what? Use 22, right? Tasvika kaipapo. Right. So we now want to write. Let's go to. Let's follow the document now. Right. It's saying what? Select top.
Which document are you talking about here? Select top 2
from dim custom. So dim is dimension. Fact it's fact. Right?
From database DB
So one point there, you may be doing it the longer way, because when we say use AdventureWorks DW 2022, you may know there's no longer need to use the schema DBO dot, because I'm already in there. So just go straight to the table. It's dim what? It's dim custom. So select top 2 from what? Yes. So it gives us the top 2. Right? We now have that, right? As simple as that. What is it saying? Musasiye mwana wayo, please. Are you with us? Okay. Good. Please ask. Don't be left alone.
But even select top 2. Go select all. Select top 2.
You can just say top 2, or you can put the brackets.
Star.
Right? But you can see that our tables has how many columns? There are many. And some are now and you may not need to use them. So we are now applying that principle of selecting only what we want. Maybe I will just need the customer key, I will need the alternate key, maybe the first name, the last name, the date of birth, maybe email address, maybe I want to run it.
I've got a question.
Yes,
Select top two. There's a start. There is O on it.
yes.
Why are we putting O?
It's just the syntax. Top two all. We need all the top two. Don't think it too much.
No. What's the we are selecting? We just want top two from this table name customer. Right?
Yeah. So you want it to be like this.
Yeah. Why are we
You,
putting
you
star?
can you can put, I think if you need to remove the star, you need to do it this way.
Which way?
This way. Oh, what you are saying is top two is not selecting the columns. It's selecting the rows.
Which is correct.
O is selecting the columns. We are selecting all columns. So in case you need to remove it, you need to put the columns that you want.
Answer.
Okay.
Answer.
Answered. I have doubts.
Also, we're saying
You
O
see,
is selecting
you
all
see,
the columns.
you see here, it's giving us the columns. The reason why we removed it, maybe let me remove all this. Maybe I need these
Also,
columns.
you can remove all the columns and then put
The column
star
names.
after 1000.
So if you put the column names, the star will disappear. Because here we are selecting everything.
Answer. Answer.
Get it? Regarding no attend. All right, fine. So that's it. So we are filtering, right? Tababa that is again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move forward. We can use the percentage as well. Select top 40. I will say 50%.
Top 40.
Any put any whichever percentage that you want. Or from what? Yes. Dim custom. Saka iri nobva rati pachi top 50%. Right? Saka yangu top 50% iri kundipa 9000. Ganimboita top 10% ton. Izvi zvimanje idzi dzaanalytics manje.
Okay.
Idzi dzaanalytics dzatikuita. Because ndo zvinhu zvaunongoita sei? Especially vanoita zveretail. Idzi dzatoanalytics. Because ndo zvinhu zvatiri ndo mametrics maKPI atiri kutora. Maybe you need it. Tichazoita maaggregations. Yakupa 9000 something rows.
Hyper 9,242.
Yeah, that's what I got as well.
Percentage down your why in you have to write in
Yeah.
not as inside.
Right? Tababata kaipa. Right. Tababata ngatitei fast. Content yatina yakawanda.
No, that's fine. It's okay.
Right, Tababata. Shamin, are you there? Chimbompai wachitaipa aska.
So in C you don't write the percentage.
Imonipa laptop yako apa tu.
Okay.
We don't write the percentage
You write percentage
in full. Right.
So that's why.
Right, guys. For that one, I think so. Yeah, Watambur.
Version again, version is
2014. No, but young lady. Apa dambudziko raunaro apa rinenge SQL Server Management Studio only. Yeah. my installation files wakaiseti wakadelete. Mwana wacho anenge anodeleta. Oh, chato. Right. Tozozviona after. Alright. Saka ingogara padhuze papo uchiona. Right. Now, we want to sorting. And Excel tinongonoclicka toti sort A to Z, Z to A. Right. Let's write here. So we want to do two things at a time. We want to select only the columns that we want, and we want to sort. Right. Select columns, the customer name. Select customer key.
Select customer name.
For me, I'll do it this way so that it can predict my what? My columns. Customer key.
Customer key column name and customer key. What else?
I need first name. I need last name.
This name I tell you was it. I don't know.
I need first name. Yes. I need also yearly income. Right. So for this part, select only what required columns. That's my comment. Triteseka. Saka instead ekuva ne50 anga ndinawo aenda ngova nechi. Right. Tapoka.
Select our first name.
Customer key, first name, last name, ne yearly income. Yeah, we want to select from dim custom because we select from something, not in nothing.
But
What you can do, just type it.
Why did I get an error message?
Alright, so what you can do, guys, you saw what I did. Now guys, I select this before I chose columns. The reason why I did that is the moment I type something, it now predicts because the table yacho ndatoiisa kwandiri kutora. So I will just be, I will say last name. I will not type the full.
Tuvisa makoma.
Yes.
Tuvisa makoma after customer key.
Yes, you select. So you separate ne comma. And move on. Saka ndikatoya apa ndikangoti ye macolumns ese ana ye akutobuda. Ndoba ndaita sei? Ndoba ndato select. Andima. Right. I am saying before I select my columns, I'll just say select from dim custom and suddenly some column names. So ndikazoyava ndakutype ma column names andiri kuda. Custom, kuda customer key. Inotobuda. Right? Ndoba ndaita last name. Iritobuda last value. Saka ndikuda last name. Kana iri column name inobuda yakadai so. Inobuda ine aka. Kanenge ka boxer. Yes. What else do I want? Yearly income. Ukaibvunza kuti yearly income yandikuda yakanyorwa sei, but ukangonyora kudai inotokubuditsira. Yes. So now I'm here. So but I want to sort. Maybe I want to sort by ndoda kuona kuti maybe ndongosota ndoona maybe by yearly income. Saka tiri kuti pakusota kwedu kuno toshandisa inonzi order by clause like this.
Order by
yearly income. Toda kuona by year income. Saka wangoti order by year income like this without explicit stating, the default is ascending order. Saka I want to see by descending order because ndaona kuti ari kuwana mari yakawanda ndiani. Saka ukasaisa this it sorts. Let's do that. Let's before saka inotangira pachi pa 1000 before without stating kudai. Saka kusteta kwakadai kwangofanana neunge wati ascending order. It's the same because by default inongoita by ascending order. Saka right, that's us. Yarambi
keyword order. Same error message.
maita sei afanora from dim customer order by yearly income. Mona izvo ndaida hapana kana koma kana chiya.
Space atasiya pakati.
Order and by are two different words. Apa mawina era?
Yaramba.
Mawina. Order by. Order by. Apa mnaunya pa era apa bwana?
Yaramba pa. This is what's about the data.
Wanaweza makoma baba. Amira. Sasa kama unyora line.
Ini ada tu iso pana.
Selector. Ayo, you want code from select. Yes. I can't pay it. That's one word. You are good. You are running yes, yes. You are good. Yeah. So the smallest is what? It's 1000. So we said by default it's ascending. Let's put it descending, DSC, and run again.
170 is the highest.
170 is what? Is the highest. So you are seeing we are now starting to analyze. Tichazozvibatanidza iri mberi but takutotanga kuita saka tikuita exploratory what? Kuita exploratory data analysis. To explore out okay. So that's the max, so that's the mean. Taitaka. Right. Order by yearly income. We can order using numbers. So because my columns are my number. Okay.
It's order by
Sakabata this is and order by column index or numbers. So when I'm selecting, this is being given row index number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So I will say instead of yearly income, I will say by number 4. Suppose
order by 4 yakuno ita
It's the same with what we did previously. Because yearly income yearly is column number what? We are just replacing with the index number, the column number.
I'm gonna so we still get the same
Yes.
result.
Okay, let's order by uh, 2, which is last name descending. So
Why I'm going to put like 3 tables, like 3 in the beginning.
maselected kan mangorana makangogadzika mouse. Right, so 2 descending taorder nechine last name, saka by default it was that last name is a string, so you have to order from Z, from Zukoski. Then let's see ari kokutanga Adams Zasuku, or we can say by 2 ascending, so it's the same as writing the column name. Tukubabata.
Usabona kuonyora apa iri ngonocheka kuti number 1 is customer key.
Yes.
Number 2 is first name. Okay.
Tababata. Simple. Okay. Izvi izvi tinofanira kuzvirova because zvinhu izvi tichazonozvibatanidza mai taakuita chi. Right. Tine marecords mangano. Ukaenda palast up tine 18,000 chi.
18,484.
Right. There is a function called unique. Unique takaishandisa kuExcel, if you remember.
Yeah.
So what did we say it does? Yes.
It also removes duplicates.
It removes duplicates, right? So it selects the unique values as its name. All right. So tinoona kuti okay, macustomer edu ese iwaya ndiwaya, but isisu tinoona kuti okay, what are the distinct names? We can have 2 patients here, but we just want. So what are the distinct names that are there, or the distinct surnames? Let's say select distinct. So unique function here is now distinct. Last name can go to from distinct last what, saka vanongowana ari distinct. Handine 18,000, saka toda kuona kuti madistinct names mangani, ndine marows mangani, 375. Saka masename mazhinji vanhu, which means vanhu vari umu vazhinji vacho vari kushare same surname, ndizvozvo. But that's what it means. We put the column names here. First name, but you see that the cardinality will reduce. We now have what? 18,400.
So it means
375.
375 from that.
Which means most of those people are sharing the same surname. Those are zuri.
That's correct.
Or we can say distinct first name. Turn out my first name amborimo mangani are distinct. Or maybe wapiwa data. My first name arimo is 670, which means people are sharing the same first names. Which means the first name and the surname may not be a good idea to make it a primary key. You get it?
59, 6.
Oh, suppose you are given data rine branches. What are the unique branches are mudala? Just use what? Distinct branch names. Atorim cannot distinct regions. Wakutopula off.
Okay.
You see, right? Let's go. Um, so suppose I want to write my results in data ram. Eh, I want to do this. Right. I want to see something. Okay. We have a marital status here, or education. Or I would say I want to we want to write the results of a script into another table. Suppose I need only married people, or I need only men. We have used the where statement, right? Okay. So I need these details from this table, right? I only I I only need these details from this customer, but I need only for men or for marital status. Where marital status is equals to
It goes to
M. Rungo down are married, but I want to store these results into another table. You are doing your analysis. Maybe we'll also fetch also join an stream, which we'll do later. So we use select katuone. Maybe we can add marital status yacho. Tikwase kuona kuti tikuona kuti vese vanhu vari vari chi taselect vanhu vese vari married ati anoona kuti akubatanidza zvinhu zviya zvatachita vanhu taselect vanhu vese vari but we want to store these results into another table. Instead yekuti takuchicreata tichiti create table what takungozviita takungonowrita maresults waya into another table. Maybe totocleana, maybe totoselecta zvatoita sei. Yeah. So we use tinobva tauya before from tobva tati into up after the last column before after the last column and from and yes toti toda kucreata maybe into table temporary table yangu ndogona kuiti temp married people, right? So iyi andocreata physical table yakangofanana neyatiri kushandisa and it's occupying memory space, right? Saka zvandiri kuvaita
patinoti into apa Excel automatically creates, sorry, SQL automatically creates
a
table
copy
name,
maresults airi tongona kucreata
a table name,
table name.
temp married people.
Yes.
Okay.
Temp married people with these results. They were married people. Alright? Let me execute. So 110,011 roles affected, which means I have what? 10,011 married people.
10,011.
Saka ukanota refresh kuita adventure works yako unoti chi refresh ukaenda mumatables unofanira kuona table yakanzi temp married people ishi ukatonoita select imomo ishi ndio ine maresults aya tababata
Taenda kumatable kanzi married people
iri kupedzisira
wakavhura sembe wamavhura mnati wakavhura masembe wakavhura sembe
tawina temp we are saying we temp it's just short for temporary ndikuti nini maybe ndoda kumbostore maresults aya in another table ndoda kuzoashandisa maybe in future I have my plan yandoda kutoita kazhinji kana uita analytics you have your plan documented with the goals that you want to achieve. Maybe now I want to use chi kufilter data rangu saka ukazoya panapa ukati refresh pamatables apa ukati refresh tasvika takreata table so ukaenda padocument apo iri kuti iyo save table to another table tingotora mazausto araita totowachengeta maybe chazoda kuareferensa in another wotoita data cleaning totoa exclude from our analysis maybe maanomalies awatowana kuti aya maanomalies ndoanoaraita mutomboastore imomo I will refer to them later chazona pataita kuita maduplicates tada kubvisa maduplicates tinogona kutotora maaccount numbers tonoaisa imomo toona kuti aya maaccount number ndoane maduplicates toaexclude maanalysis pateta kuaexclude maanalysis teta kuti where account number not in that table. Yes. Right, so that's it. Let's go. Like in searching, okay? So for me, I think to save time, I will comment this.
Which one?
Oh no, I will not comment, but I'll comment this one. I don't want the right. Saka or before. Let's try to run it again. There's already a table named temp married people. So you see why we said patichazoita mastored procedures you see kuti stored procedure rangu richarana pasina munhu ari kurana code it will be automatic. So I need to check if the table exists. I will say kana ndichiri create dynamically I will say drop table if exist what temp married people so that ari code yangu inoita sei drop table if exist uchazvona atakuita mastored procedure, right? Something like this, which means painorana dynamically ichatanga yadeleta table rearia yozonori create. So it's checking. Yes. Tanga executed. And one pipette kana ida run this, I select this one. But kana kango run ndakaisa mouse yangu apa. Paira. I'm executing every code room. You want execute every. That's why irubudisa matable esa taita kumashura.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I need this part. Right. So for me, I don't want this. I mean, I don't want to demonstrate that. So I need this. Saka, what you want to do is In the meantime, let me comment this. I want everything. Right. We want to demonstrate the like at not my wildcards. My wildcards. So suppose we are not sure. Kuti chinhu chauri kuda chakaita sei. Let's demonstrate on maybe last name. Okay, so let me return to this. So wildcard handipaive takati chiti iyi inotipa chinhu chiri exact, but my wildcards they give us a pattern. Maybe I need people whose names start with AB. Maybe now we investigate out what's the pattern like, or I need maybe vanhu vari kuita ma-typing errors. Maybe vari kuti I come from Harare, maybe munhu omboisa ma-typing errors, maybe gokupedzisira unoisa D whatever, but I need vanhu vanongogara kwakanzi maybe HRA, right? Or I need vanhu vanotanga na maybe spelling yekuti no iri kuvhiringidzwa ine mafashion sogo. But I need to pick a certain pattern. So we use what we call wildcards. Okay. So for names, suppose I need maybe yani uyu ari kunyorwa maybe unozonoisa naHugh, but I need vanhu vese vane malast name anotanga naYA. So I'll say well marital status taachimboisa equal sign takuisa like. So kana ndichida kuita exact match kana ndida kuita exact match kuti first two characters they should be the same, tinongoisa akadai ndobva ndati percentage ndobva ndadai, which means everything that is coming after this is variable. Let's try. I shouldn't buy anything. Let's see. No, it's not marital status, it's last name. Sorry, it's last name. What's low filter and last name? Unoona kuti tiri kuti vanhu vakaita sei vese vane last name inotanga naYoung, whether they could be ana Young Gisa vari kuzasukwa ana Young Gishima. So what it's doing is it's checking the first two letters. Is that name starting with the first two letters? And it's whatever what's coming after that. That's why we put a percentage sign. It says what I don't care about what's coming next after the first two letters, but the first two must be exact. YA.
I think also this code, you know, hands on normal systems. So, especially on let's say on the normal visa cards. My visa cards, I don't know, the first 4 or first 6 and
Pama basis.
but the last I said and so we always at the last the first 6, then you put
okay
a percentage.
Yes, so it picks for that batch.
It picks for that batch or exactly that card.
Or we say maybe we need someone ana JO. So it means the first two must be exact. It can be variable. Let's say pana JO kuti anodibudisira kaita sei. Saroona kuti pana ana Johnson, ana Jordan, ana Jones. What else? Yes, Johnson, Jordan, Jones. And what? Right. But if we put a percentage kokutanga, what does that mean? which means maybe we need to put a small j, which means if there's a word at any position with the letters jo, it's going to be picked. Not necessarily kuti tinotanga na jo, but it can be any rinenge rina nepattern inongoti jo within, it's going to be picked. Let's see. Okay, we can let's use first name. Where first name, like I want to see, let's put LO or RD. Right. RD. So you see the first names that are coming out. Jordan is RD. Leonard is RD. Kupesira. Eduardo, Edward, Clifford. Yeah. So there's the pattern in RD, no matter at what position. But yataita yekutanga it should be at the first. Kana takudawo anopera na RD, takubvisa percentage kupedzira. They should be ending with RD. So we are doing pattern what? So vanoita audit, maybe you'll be doing pattern recognition. You want to detect my patterns. What's happening? Maybe there could be a pattern with the data. So you see kuti anopera na RD, ana Clifford, Edward, all are ending with RD. Right? In takam demonstrator last quarter past tofana kuti tipedze. In we want to demonstrate in takam demonstrator soda kupedza time papa. Toda kungotora vanhu vese yes, toda vanhu vese vane manames anopera na Edward, my first name vana Edward nani ndiani mumwe apa na Leonard. Tikumboda vanhu ivava vane ma first name ari umo. Okay, saka you open quotes uvhaisa and execute. Saka tinongowana Edward na Leonard only. Saka you can add whatever you want, right? Saka you can put whatever you want to put, or you can put greater than. Tawina era apo mawina era vana ladies matopedza inga muri kunyora kwacho.
But I said in we have got two conditions, right?
We have two, yeah.
You want to pick up any
name,
any first any row in a first name,
Edward or Leonard. Right? Greater than less than taga demonstrated. That is now okay. So let's go to maybe not equal to wedu anenge akadai. Two zvinhu zvakapesana. Greater than zvakadai. Ndo not equal to. So will be where first name not equal to what? Leonard. Which means in everyone.
Everything is Leonard.
which means Leonard and it is
Buddha.
zvakafuratira kudai. It's less than or greater than zvakafuratira. Eh? Is that lady okay? She's following. Zvakadai. A diamond. Zvakafoma diamond. Zvakafuratira.
Equal to inengori equal sign and
Less than. Less than. Less than or equal to. Less than or equal to.
it's the same.
Yes. Okay. So toda kucheka tichiansa is now. Maybe toda kucheka where middle name is now. Where
Middle name of last name. Our name middle name of
kaita select o inobuda. But you can just write where middle name. Unoona uiedhera pamanhingirikini ako. Ingo ningirikina. Ingo ita so. Comment ingo selecta kana uda kukomenda unongo selecta kudai.
comment apachi.
Komenda macolumns ubva uya apa.
Comment mama
Ubva tokomenda kawari. Yes. Komenda yese ubva mangoshandisa ini. Ngoma mashandisa o pana chistar chechi. Toata selecta macolumns yese.
Comment ndichi.
Ichi ndechi uncomment ichi. Ichi ndecho komenda. Tasvika? Chingoisai aka maita select all kastar nungaisa pamusoro ipapo so selecta macolumns yese.
Where middle name is what?
Ano ngatimomira kusa condition chingoselecta imono zvobuda abuda. Alright, that's fine. So toda kuselecta where middle name is now. Where middle name saka unongoti is now chaiye uyu but ari space. There are two different words. Where middle name is now. Saka if you select you see that auri kuwana yese haana middle name ringori now 7,830 ndizvozvo. Are we together? 7,830.
Correct.
Yes. Saka zvatiita data cleaning. Zitori data cleaning because you are doing exploratory data analysis. So you are now checking. Going out, oh, okay. Maybe without detecting my pattern, maybe what's happening to animal account numbers are now, or what's happening in my details are now. Maybe you are detecting the system glitches. Going out, oh, system integrity. Our system doesn't have integrity because it's allowing maybe tellers to input some data with options. Or system iri kukonzesa overrides. Ekutoti munhu angakwanisa kuoverride wotosenda data risina chinhu. So it's giving us what now? Yeah. That is now. Then we can is now we can say is not now, which means kuda zvinhu zvine chinhu. You see kuti ukazotarisa middle name yako inenge yaane something.
$10,654.
Yes, that's what I got. So you see ukacheka middle name yako ine something ine ma-initials ndizvo. Yeah. Saka totocheka totoita exploratory data analysis and totoita maybe kana anomaly detection. Unoona okay, there are some anomalies in our data. Okay, so we can go to right. We can use between as well. let's, instead of middle name here, let's put total children. Saka takuti total children, we can use between. Um, between 3 and 5. Right. And you can apply it to everywhere. Maybe you need age between 20 and 30. You need maybe salary between 1,000 and 5,000. You need the household income. You need the. So let's see. And let's go to column here, total children. You see it's either 3, 4, and 5. And it's inclusive of the boundary. You have to take note of that. It's inclusive of the boundary.
Which boundaries?
Our boundary is 3 and 5.
3 and 5.
So it's inclusive.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes. So that's between.
So then the next is the input in our strategy.
What is an greater than? All right, total children greater than 3, and total children less than 5, which means you are getting only she. Because in the total children only 4. You get it? Where total children is greater than 3 and total children less than 5. Set theory.
Means ingopa 4. Ida ngopa nanga ini.
Greater than 3, less than 5.
Ida ngopa
4. She said we should exclude the boundaries. So we use the end. What if, yeah. So that's it.
Total children.
Less than 5. You get only 4 there.
Is up.
So mangwana tukuya was mangwana yagara ifodi. So guys, go and practice. Mangwana tufana kupedza.
Yes.
We have a lot to do. So mangwana we won't be doing much of the housekeeping. We should be hitting the ground running. Saka zvatiri kutoita zvikuona kuti kana wasangana nedata, you are now trying to combine it. Wakuita data cleaning rako, maybe before you put it maybe to Power BI, wakutozoendesa data rakachena iro. Yes, but nedata rakaita sei, and it helps you kuti data rako Power BI yako isazoremerwa because wakuenda waita maaggregations etc. Ndakunyatsotora zvinooneka here. Right, so
no utakureka ngira kwamabwana omanda ona time balanyu wenda kamishinga mukani wanosha uruba edgazibe kana amwa na Robert hapo.
hey guys, tanoona kwapedza now.